Welcome back to Taskmaster FC, episode 3 of The Save. As you can see, we've been doing quite well, both in the league and in the cups here. When I last left you, we had just finished off Harrow in the FA Cup third qualifying round, and then we also absolutely demolished 1-0 Swindon Supermarine, which I called Swindon Supermare multiple times in the last video. You're just going to have to deal with it. That's just what I'm going to call it. But since you were last with us, we've been on a really, really good run of form. Roisin Kennedy is just scoring for fun. So if we take a look at the next couple of games, we had another FA Trophy third qualifying round against Hitchin Town, which we ended up winning 4-0 very convincingly. We ended up playing Hungerford Town in the next game, 1-0. Defeated Hereford, which is in a league above us, 2-1 in the FA Cup fourth qualifying round, which brings us to today's episode. As you can see, we have quite a few wins here in the Southern League Premier South. Another win in the FA Trophy first round. We beat Gosport Borough in their last game. Today we are possibly playing the biggest game in Taskmaster FC history. We are taking on Gillingham. Gillingham is in Sky Bet League 2. They are 3 full leagues above where we currently are. So I'm super excited for this game because it's really going to give us an opportunity to pit ourselves against tough competition. We're also away, and I know that FA Cup money, it's split. So any fans that end up coming to that game at Gillingham, we are going to be taking home some cash for sure. And then our second part of the episode today, we are going to be taking on top of the table clash here between Merthyr Town and Taskmaster FC Chesham United. If we go and look at the table shows us at the top of the league, but we do have one game extra that has been played over Merthyr Town. So I don't know if that's going to be played in between now and then because we have that FA Cup first round match. But that being said, Merthyr Town are absolutely demolishing everybody in their path. So it's going to be a very difficult game. I feel like the winner of this game probably is going to be the team that ends up winning the league here, because the last thing we want to end up doing is being down here in this area where we end up having to fight for the playoffs against some really, really good teams that are part of this league. If we go and look at some of the transfers that we've made since we last left you, we did bring in one more person. I did mention that I was going to be bringing in a central midfielder, and I did exactly that. On only £110 per week, Di Henwood from Taskmaster New Zealand Season 4 is going to be part of the anchor of our central midfield. We did need an extra one here, and I'm glad I did because Frank Skinner actually ended up being suspended for a couple games. He will be suspended for the game against Gillingham, so that's a little bit disappointing, but we're going to do the absolute best that we can here to provide as much support for our team as possible. Really, really good potential and really good rating here. Really will provide some awesome support in the midfield, and hopefully we'll continue to grow and develop and become one of our star center mids. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and move on to the fixture for today. We are going to go ahead and play Gillingham. And this is what our starting lineup looks like. We have Ramesh Raghunathan on in goal. We have a back four of Connors, Danielle Walker, Angela Dravid, and Tim Key. Edwards and Di Henwood are anchoring that midfield. Attacking midfielders from left to right, Joe Thomas, Sophie Duker, Josh Whitcomb, and we are going to keep Roisin Kennedy up top because Roisin Kennedy has already scored 16 goals for us this season. Hard to believe that is a real number, but I'd like to say that we're doing this by committee. And to be fair, Sophie Duker's put away 7. Josh Whitcomb's put away 4. There have been players that have definitely contributed to this team. Sorry, Frank Skinner's not he is suspended and injured. So, you got both things going for him. 2 wrongs don't make it right, especially in Football Manager. So, that being said, I think everything's all set up, ready to go. Let's see if I switch these out. Do I get any difference? I do get a little bit of difference. Okay, we'll leave that there. We'll let Di Henwood be the on support here, and we'll let Edwards be on defense. All right, let's do it. Submit the team. 8 substitutions for possible 9. That's because I do not have enough players to field 9 substitutions on the bench. Let's head to the dressing room. Let's say, you know what, pressure's on them. And that's really the truth. The pressure is on them. We could be giant killers today. Either way, we're going to be looking at a massive, massive paycheck this game, and that is something this club needs, especially at this level. It's very difficult to maintain finances in the black, just because of the costs, and we did add in a league that is not normally in Football Manager, so the money really isn't in this league, so we really need to make sure that we have a decent cup run in order to kind of pad the finances for the next couple of seasons. Hopefully we won't go in the red too much, we won't end up going in administration, so hopefully that is the case. We're already down 1-0. That is not the way we wanted to start. Don't get me wrong, I don't think we expect to win today, but it would be nice to at least be able to hold them off for a little bit. Clark here on the left-hand side just floats ball into the box. Unfortunately, it's not headed away. Anders just looks like he just drops the ball to Jeffries, who just fires it point-blank past Ramesh Ranganathan to give Gillingham the 1-0 lead in this game. Not sure what to expect from us today. Again, we're taking on a team that is 3 tiers above us. We've already got a player that's taking a knock and wants to come off. That is fantastic. Just what I want to see. We'll get LaFleur on, confirm that sub, and hopefully start producing some opportunities. Our possession has been terrible. 23% possession. That is less than 1 in 4. Joe does maths really, really well. And again, no highlights here. I don't know whether to maybe press a little bit more offensively. I'm just going to kind of let this run to halftime and kind of figure out what we're going to do from here. If we're only down 1-0 at halftime, it's not terrible. But I would really like to see us take an opportunity, maybe, to Henwood in the box. Rushing, can't get ahead on the ball. Duker takes the possession, gets it to Tim Key to Whitcomb. Whitcomb just fires a shot from absolutely no reason why he should be firing that shot, and yet it just goes off the post or crossbar. So if that had gone in, I probably would have jumped up and screamed up and down, but unfortunately it did not, and we're rolling into halftime down 1-0 here. Looking at the match stats here, Gillingham had that one opportunity, but really other than that, not a whole lot going on for them this game. I'm going to head to the dressing room and say, I want a little bit better display in the second half, get these guys fired up, and maybe we can come by and steal a goal. Steal 2. If we need to make some substitutions, we can. Did say Sophie Duker was a little bit tired. I do have the option of moving Henwood up to that attacking midfielder spot. We're going to just change our crosses here because apparently we're dominant in the air today. So let's see how this turns out. Looks like Gillingham has the ball here. Hutton to McKenzie. McKenzie to Jeffries, trying to penetrate that midfield but cannot. Masterson to McKenzie, working their way through the defense. Jeffries back to McKenzie, really taking strong possession of the ball here. Gillingham really does not want to give up possession. And immediately, I thought they did for just a second, but the ball ends up landing on Walker, who gets it to Hutton, back to Jeffries. Jeffries takes the ball down the right-hand side, stops, pulls back, and gets it to McKenzie. McKenzie back to Coleman, back to Masterson. Chesham really pressing here to make sure that they cannot get any penetration in the offensive zone. But as soon as I say that, McKenzie takes it down the line, ends up crossing the ball into the box, and it is headed just over the top of the net. Ranganathan does not get a hand on that, and that ends up being a goal kick for Chesham United. Again, looks like Sophie Duker is 1 yellow card away. Looks like we're tired. Josh Whitcomb's not playing well, so let's get on some other substitutions. We're going to put on Hippolyte Patrick. We are going to exchange Henwood for Duker. No, we aren't, because I do not have any other substitutions in that midfield. Duker, you're just going to have to deal with. You're just going to have to deal with it for now. If I need to, I may make a substitution with Conati, who is not playing well at all. I'll go ahead and confirm that sub. We got about 20 minutes left in the game. We are still down 1-0. Looking for an equalizer here to potentially take it to a replay. I'm not sure if they do extra time at this point or if we go directly to a replay. I know sometimes the FA Cup rules change a little bit here and there. They really want me to take Duker off, and I really want to make sure Duker is fresh for some of the games that we have coming up. So we may end up adjusting the formation here. I really don't have any other options. We'll get, let's see here. Henwood can come up there. That's not an issue. It's getting that replaced. That's going to be the issue. Let me think on this for a minute from a tactical standpoint. Edwards might end up being our only central midfielder, which means I may end up putting somebody just on the right-hand side and just calling it good. Let Patrick. Okay, let's do this. I don't like uneven formations, but good God, this is about the only option I have. It isn't pretty by any means when you're on attack. Let's just try this, and instead of, we'll just focus down the right-hand side. That's where we're overpowered. So if this works, I'm a tactical genius. If it fails, I'm still a tactical genius. It just didn't work this time. Yeah, that worked brilliantly. That worked absolutely brilliantly. Hey, at least we didn't get embarrassed. Okay? We have to look at the bright side of things. At least we didn't get embarrassed, although the last 10 minutes of the game, they definitely took charge and ruined us from that formation. But you did yourself proud today. I can't argue with the result. It was probably the right result in the grand scheme of things. We're away at a League 2 side. Let's just try to see what kind of money we take away from this and hope that helps kind of push us and propel us forward. What kind of money do we get from this? We lost in the first round. Finances? £46,000. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Our projection was terrible. It's slightly less terrible now. But at the very least, we gave ourselves a little bit of cash there, and that's something that we really, really need at this level. So I hate losing the game because that really kind of takes the wind out of our sails. We were on a really, really good winning streak. We're also taking on, I'll say our bitter arch rivals. I wouldn't say arch rivals, but we're taking on Merthyr Town in our next game. That is a top-of-the-table clash here. Oh, they dropped a game. They drew against Hendon. So on terms of points, we are tied. We are ahead on goal difference here, so this will be something. This is going to be an epic battle at the top of the table, so we will see you here in just a moment for that top-of-the-table clash. All right, let's finish up this game against Merthyr Town today. No changes for the starting lineup. We're not going to make any changes to anything. Even though we didn't have the best game last time out, I feel like this is Roisin Connody's time. It's not like a gambler that's an addict, like, oh, she's due to score a goal. We'll just have to wait and find out. Every once in a while, Connody throws in a stinker, but you can't argue with 16 goals and I believe in 16 league appearances, or 16 appearances total. So it's quite impressive mark that Roisin Connody's got going on. So we'll leave that there. We'll head straight to the fixtures. We'll head straight to the tactical meeting. I'm not going to change anything. Let's get this team going and let's see if we can win this top of the table clash against Merthyr Town. This is going to be a good one. I'm really looking forward to it. Take advantage of being at home. I didn't think we were at home. I thought we were on the road, but it is what it is. All right, let's get this game started. Let's see if we can beat Merthyr Town. Don't even know where that is. Sounds very Welsh. We'll just have to wait and see. It looks like we get the first opportunity. Henwood. Oh, off the post. Henwood. I got a message about Henwood not being being goalless in the first 9 games, not doing a great job, but I'm telling you, he just has some missed opportunities. He's going to get the ball in the back of the net one day. Another opportunity here. Duker to, I don't remember, back to Connors, but we ended up turning the ball over anyway, so it didn't really matter who passed to who because we ended up making a mistake. But Edwards here to Conati. Conati needs to find somebody. It looks like it just gets to Whitcomb somehow. And again, off of the post, off of the crossbar. 2 golden opportunities denied by the woodwork early on in this game. Hopefully that bodes well for us being able to actually put goals in the back of the net here in just a little bit. But, 2 off the post, talk about unlucky, because we could be up 2-0 right now, and unfortunately it is still 0-0 going into the 27th minute of this game. Not a whole lot going on. How's everybody's day going? Everybody doing well out there? I don't even know if I'm actually going to put this out on YouTube or not, but if I do, hope you're doing well. Leave something in the comments. Let me know what you're up to. Oh, hey, a highlight. Oh, good. I can get excited. Connors to Connolly. Conati out to Whitcomb on the right-hand side here. He's going to float a ball into the box. Can Conati get her head on it? No. Joe Thomas ends up picking up the rebound here. Gets the ball back in the box. Henwood fires it and scores. Oh, it looks like it's an own goal. Looks like it may have deflected off of somebody. I didn't see that. Cross into the box. Ends up being recovered by Thomas. Thomas gets it to Henwood. Does it take a deflection? Sure doesn't look like it does. Maybe if I go back and look at the replay, it might. But you know what? We're going to take it. I'll give Henwood the credit for that. The game won't, but I will. We are up 1-0 against Merthyr Town. And I could not be more pleased with that first half performance. We've dominated possession. We've dominated XG. Dominated shots. This is a very, very solid performance. So let's say, hey, we're doing well. Let's keep doing what we're doing. We're getting shots on target. 2 off the post. 1 in the back of the net off a supposed deflection. I didn't see that, but that doesn't mean that it didn't happen. Story of my life, right? So we're heading to the 60th minute here. I want to make sure I pay attention to fatigue. And, oh, yeah, that's a goal from Merthyr Town. And that's a deserved goal as well. That was very well played. Ball into the box, gets headed out, doesn't get cleared out of the box. If it does, briefly does, and just sets up somebody to just take a step up, Yeah, Reese just sets this up perfectly for Twamley, who just fires the ball to the back of the net. I mean, could not be any easier. And just like that, we were dominating this game, but it is now 1-1 heading into the latter parts of the second half. Think about making some substitutions here. Nobody's playing super poorly, but maybe something needs to need a spark or something. I hate to take Connors off. Is fatigued. Since it's having a good game. We'll get LaFleur on here. Let's see. Anybody else I can take off? Duker's tired again. I'm gonna take off. You know what? I'm gonna stand pat for now, and if I need to make some substitutions, I can here towards the 80th minute. But for now, I mean, we'll take a 1-1 draw. It's not ideal. Merthyr looks like they have another opportunity, and ooh, that is a close call. That is a very close call. We do not want to end up losing this game, especially if we're taking the lead here. Okay, we're going to make some substitutions because not a lot has happened since the first half. They've really come out and exerted their dominance, so we need to start making some changes here. So Whitcomb's going to come off. We'll get Hippolyte Patrick on. One more substitution I can make. I kind of want to do so defensively, but we really, really need to score. I don't like taking Connery off, but Owen Casey, you go, dude. Figure it out, get the ball in the back of the net, and let's take a 2-1 victory today. Looks like we're not going to make that, though. Looks like in the 90th minute here, it's still going to be 1-1. I'll take a draw. I mean, it's not the most ideal situation, but we're still earning points. We did earn at least a point in this game. I can't complain too much. Second half was not good. I don't like what I actually saw from this team. I was kind of disappointed in how we ended up doing the second half. I feel like we could have done that a lot better. Maybe I need to start making some more changes at halftime, make some adjustments. But they adjusted to us well, and they get a well-deserved draw, 1-1. Top of the table clash here. We end up still at the top of the league on goal difference. 13 games played, 35 points. Cannot argue with that at all. We're in a really, really good position so far. We just need to continue to pumping out wins. Hopefully not playing against top-of-the-table teams here in the next couple of games here. But we got a schedule here. Hopefully calms down a little bit. Looks like we've got maybe a couple tough games coming up here. But overall, I think we're pretty good. We'll probably bring you back somewhere towards the end of December, beginning of January. Hendon, I think, is going to be a good game because they are targeted for promotion this season, but we'll just have to see how the rest of the season plays out. So if you liked that, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you'd like to do so as well, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time on episode 4 of Taskmaster FC. See you soon. Bye-bye.